But y'all had the air on in December.
We did not have the air on in December.
Yep, facts.
I did not have the
January.
air on in December.
You had the air on, yeah.
I remember a couple
Was it
times.
hot outside?
No.
It's January. It's January.
Listen, I don't like being hot, but I also
don't like being hot
cold.
either. Yeah.
You like the businesses that do it backwards. They turn on
Yeah, like in the winter time.
AC in the winter, or like take a long time to turn it off and shit like that. You ever been in a store?
Don't they
like
keep it
company
cold
like
so you could like move faster?
I don't
What,
know.
business?
I mean, it
I mean,
makes
yeah,
sense.
because if it's warm, you're not gonna do shit.
yeah, so maybe, but yes, it's like
So
that.
we in a business. As soon as we enter this,
Yeah, let's get to work.
What's good, family? Welcome to Possibly Impaired, where we talk about what's going on in the world, what that means to us as black men in this world, and plenty of other topics that most people probably need to be a little impaired to talk about. So grab that drink, spark that shit, and consume responsibly.
Have you had a beer
I'm
already?
sober. Maybe that's a problem. Go ahead.
No, yes, not yesterday. A couple days ago, I actually thought this to myself: should white people receive the nod?
Like the head nod?
Yep.
The nod?
Like the black people head nod?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Have you ever been walking somewhere and
Yeah.
a white dude give you the nod? Do you give it back, or do you just be like, hey, like you actually speak, or like, you know, or do you go up instead of down?
I've never had that happen to me.
I never thought about it this deep before.
I've never had a white person walk by me and give me a head nod.
And if you do you only do it for the cool white people?
No.
How do you know walking down the street if they're cool
Yeah,
like
that
You
doesn't.
don't. But I'm saying if you fuck with, like, you know, if you're real close with it, like some white people that's just cool as fuck to you, and you know, you give them, you know,
Nope. Even cool as fuck white people, they don't give me.
they don't give you a nod. But
No.
no, I'm saying, do you give them a nod?
No.
Like, oh, what's up?
That's
bro?
reserved for black people. That's me. It's
Up
reserved for-
and down.
Yeah, like you ever go across and you somewhere you see another black dude. Like,
Right, yeah, the old timers,
Yeah,
the other
those
black
are-
dudes, like, you don't gotta say nothing, you know,
Yeah,
like that. That's what I'm saying.
You saying that for white people they should be able to get that?
No, do y'all think?
No.
I don't know. That's too much. I don't know. I ain't the law on that. I know I do it. I don't know. I don't know if I do or not. I never thought of it.
You
honestly.
never like paid attention to it.
I never paid
Now
no
you
attention
gonna pay
to it.
attention.
Now I'm paying
But
attention
you
to it
always
every
pay
time.
Now
attention.
you
But
pay
when you
attention.
see another black person, don't you do the head nod if y'all walking somewhere?
yeah,
walking
yeah,
down
I
the
That's what I'm
street or
saying.
something like that.
Yeah.
He's saying like if you see like, but
Wait.
it could be a black person that's a stranger that we don't know
That's
that
what
you
I'm
still
saying.
do the
right.
head nod to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I don't know, not to white. No, get the fuck out of here. No, I don't know them and they walking by them.
I smile before the mask on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like or
But smiling and nodding is just two
It's
different
not the
levels.
nod. The
though.
nod is different.
The nod is different.
The nod is a sign of respect.
Exactly.
it's just a cultural thing. It's like, listen, I got you.
Yeah. I respect you, my brother. Like,
Keep your head up.
Keep your head up. Yeah. We going
Yeah.
through hard times.
Always.
Always.
For sure.
I thought about it the other day. That's why I was like,
You got too much time on your
I do got too much time. I don't be doing shit at work.
Out of all the shit you got going on, this is what you thinking about.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about the text messages we get while he's at work. Leave it at that.
Lead. Lead the fifth.
Exposure.
Well, yeah, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Possibly Impaired. This is episode 15. What did I say wrong?
Nothing.
He was laughing at the question. I
Laughing
think.
at the question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, episode 15. We back. I'm here with my brothers Vel and Corey. How y'all brothers doing today?
Good now that
I was cold, but now I'm good because you turned the AC
Okay,
off.
It
listen.
was cold.
It was
They-
cold.
I'm full now.
They gave me shit because they say I keep the AC on too much and that I had the AC on in December, which I
It was January.
vehemently
January.
deny.
It was January.
It was January.
It was snow outside. The wind was
January.
blowing.
Okay. All right. Wait. Semantics, guys. We don't. Why we go back in the past? We don't got to talk about the past. We're here. It is April 2021. It's spring
That's
now.
the past.
It's not spring. It's not spring yet. It's
Yes,
still
it is.
winter.
Don't confuse me today, bro. Not today.
It's still winter.
I don't.
It's not. It's not.
Is it
It's
still-
April 21st. It's the
It's
first day
March
of spring.
21st.
No, bro.
It
No,
is.
no, wait. Yeah.
It's March 21st.
It's spring.
No.
It's March 21st. Comment below
I
if it's
can-
March 21st
yeah,
or
yeah.
April 21st.
Yeah, because I really
and
thought
get
it
back
was.
to us.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, this is episode 15. We're gonna get a little touchy on this episode today. We wanted to speak on a law that just passed in Florida.
No, it's
About-
almost a law.
Almost.
That's in the Senate right now. That's up in the Senate. It passed the House, and it's about transgender rights and about more specifically transgender rights within sports. But yeah, we'll get into that. But first, I wanted to do a little story time on how crazy downtown Cleveland is getting right now.
Story time.
It's getting wild down there right now, man.
Yeah.
It's
How wild is it?
Yeah.
so wild that a nigga almost walked into his place with an axe. With a
Like-
fucking axe.
Downtown Cleveland. with an
Downtown
axe.
Cleveland.
Was he chopping trees or was he a lumberjack?
Into
No.
your establishment. Or just you heard about it.
I don't want to say which establishment it is because I don't know about the legalities and everything behind it.
Just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it. You'll find it. But yeah, so this is all I was off. This was when I was at the wedding.
Okay.
So I'm getting all this from second hand, a second source,
Which is always reliable.
which is always reliable,
Yeah.
always. But
Yes.
I also saw a Snapchat video of it as well.
Okay.
So there was this guy. He came into the bar or whatever, and he was just being drunk and he was just being crazy. And come to find out that this man was banned years ago, but he was unrecognizable because it's been multiple years past now. So he was acting a fool. He was drunk or whatever, and somehow I didn't catch the part of why he specifically got kicked out, but he got kicked out of the bar. Obviously, he was just doing some dumb shit. And at this time, it's Saturday night. It's raining. It's the middle of Saturday night. It's raining. It's cold. It's dark. This man goes outside, rips off his T-shirt, and just starts. He yells. He yells. I remember. I saw in the video. He started just screaming
In the
in the
okay.
rain. In the
Okay.
rain on some fucking Marion from You Got Served shit. Like for real.
Or is this some O?
Yeah. For real. Yeah. That's what he was on. But he just starts, but just crazy, a crazy version of it. So he did that. And then he's parked across the street. So he goes to his trunk, pops the trunk, bro, and pulls out a big ass bottle, like a bottle of alcohol. I don't know what alcohol it was, but he just downs it. He downs the alcohol, and that was that for that. I don't know, the bottle just goes away, and then he goes back into his trunk and gets an axe.
Like
fucking
a
axe.
wooden, like a wooden.
Like an
a
axe
fucking
to cut
axe
down
with a
trees.
handle. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, it was an axe.
Yeah.
And where was the Cleveland police?
Where were they at? I can tell you where they at because that's later on in the story. So he comes in. They was like, he pulls the axe out or whatever. He starts waving it around and shit, like in the middle of the street while it's raining and shit. And it's like somebody yells out, "I'm about to call the police." He yells out, "I am the police."
And he probably is.
That's why he has the
I've been
axe.
saying that for 3
He
days. That he
probably-
probably is.
he-
That's why he has the
Probably
axe in his car.
Pulled out handcuffs out of his pocket.
I got handcuffs.
Wow.
Yeah, anybody can find handcuffs.
Yeah.
So yeah, he pulled that out. Whatever. He starts running towards the door, but he drops the axe, and the people at the bar manager gets a hold of it, and throws it inside the bar or whatever. So like to get it away from the guy, he throws it behind the bar.
Right.
So like away from everybody, away from away from anybody's reach. He like puts it under something. So he does that, and they lock this man outside the door and call the police. Mind you, they called the police. They left him free. Like they left him there. Like they called the police. This man could have ran away at any point here. He could have got away.
Right.
He stayed and waited for the cops to show up.
He must be white.
No, he was not.
Holy shit.
He was not. He was definitely not. So, but he waited for the police. He was just drunk. He was fucked up.
Yeah.
But he waited.
He just sat down and waited for them.
I don't know if he sat down and waited, but he was just acting a fool
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
But he waited for him to show up though.
Uh-huh.
So they show up and they handcuff him or whatever. And this man has the nerve to say, while they're handcuffing him, walking to the car, he was like, "Hey, I understand you're doing your job, but my hazard lights are on." I need to cut those off.
Wow. Who overserved him?
He was coming down
I
having
don't know.
a good time. That's all that.
It was freezing Saturday. This dude was out in the rain.
Well,
With an axe.
What he got?
No shirt.
He had more.
Michael
He was
Myers.
on more than just alcohol.
Yeah, he was on some other
If he
shit.
he had an axe. Who carries around an axe?
But no, this man has a history of craziness though.
Okay.
Because like I said, he was banned before.
So
from
he grew out
this place.
his whole different facial, so they couldn't even recognize
Yeah,
him. No more.
right,
He
right.
went back in there.
Right. I don't even know if it's the same employees from when he was banned originally, so they probably didn't even know. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
true. But he changed his whole appearance though.
maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the dude. Or I've never seen him. But this is all.
This nigga had an axe.
This is downtown is getting out of hand. That happened. The fucking stabbing that happened like
Yep.
2 days ago. Like niggas is wilding downtown, bro. Like if you live downtown, if you frequent downtown, please be safe. Like dead ass.
because it's not warm.
It's
You
not.
said it's not warm.
It's not even hot out. Yet.
Not even hot
It's
out.
gonna get
Wait.
worse. It's only gonna get
Yeah.
worse.
Everybody been locked up
Everybody been locked
That
up in the house
too.
for a year. Everybody
Yeah.
got guns now.
except for
Like
some people, but yeah,
everybody been locked up.
everybody been
Yeah.
kinda locked down. They about to explode this summer. Summer's starting early and it's ending late.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Summer's starting May 1st and it's gonna end on December 31st.
Summer started.
2021.
Hey, I was really expecting you to say like September
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
You know? It's like,
December 31st. I mean, it's
December
New Year at that point. You
31st.
might as well just bring it into the
Exactly.
new year.
You gotta
just keep it going.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh shit, that was funny.
We putting the 2 summers together.
Yeah.
We need our 2020 summer back. We putting that in the
Yeah,
winter
we
time.
lost one, so we
Right.
gotta
gotta
Yeah.
replenish it.
man.
So yeah, like I said, I just said all that to say if you live in downtown, if you frequent downtown, be safe.
right.
Yeah, be careful out here.
Yeah,
It
seriously.
ain't worth
seriously.
getting your head chopped off by a crazy dude with an axe.
Watch your surroundings.
100%. But yeah. So we're going to kick it into a quick commercial break and come back with the transgender bill law that we want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's kick a commercial break and come back with that. All right, so we back and we wanted to get into a topic that may anger some people, it may frustrate some people because there are people on all sides of this debate and this topic. And it's regarding a law that it just passed the House of Reps in Florida, but now it's up at the Senate, and it's about can transgender woman, man that transitioned into woman,
Yeah.
could they play in women's sports? And that's the law that's been passed in Florida right now, and it's about they are banning transgender women from playing in women's sports. And my question to you guys are, do you believe that trans women should play in women's sports? I don't know who wants to go first.
You want me to go first? Or you go
Because, okay, let's just start this by saying that if you know us personally as people, you know we support anybody. If you don't know
Yeah.
us, that's one thing. But if you
Right.
know us, you know we support all types of people. So this is in no way denigrating a person's rights to be whoever they want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're for all that. But this is a separate topic, and we wanted to give our honest takes on it. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I think. Wait, say your question one more time.
Do you think that trans women should be allowed to play in women's sports?
Okay.
So man transitioning
Transitioning into womanhood. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Because I think that would almost just, in a sense, when I hear stuff like that, in a way, I think it's like me going to play in a female league. That's how I kind of look at it. And I know they're transitioning.
But you're
into,
a full male though.
I'm a full male, but like they still have our like when a male transitions to being a female,
Mm-hmm.
similar to how we looked up about the Olympic runner, which I forget her name that fast.
It happened in 2019.
2019
At the Olympics.
one of the Olympic runners, they said that she had to take supplements to repress her testosterone levels because they were too high. Which means that, like, it would be the same case for a high school or whatever level they were talking about that for restricting them to play the sport, for that transgender woman to play in that female sport, it'll still be high, just like the Olympic runners would be or would have been. So I do think that's a little bit of a, I guess, advantage in a way. So for me, I think I don't see nothing wrong with this ruling, and just let them play with the males, the male sports. Like just like how they allow females to play football, then they could, transgender girls can play with the males the same, same.
So, I think it's yes and no. I think that if you start dissecting and tearing apart, like, well, this trans woman can't play with the females, let her play with the males. What if she is not as equipped to play with the males because now she has less testosterone in her than what a male would have, like the force and stuff would have.
So I wish we had
Like a medical person.
a medical person
Yeah.
or somebody that's experienced it, a transgender person. I wish we could
Yeah.
speak to somebody
Yeah.
to get their experience, their take on this, because I don't. Is that what it does? Does it take testosterone from you?
That's what I was
Well,
trying
if
to
you're
figure out, too.
transitioning out, like you probably would lose
Something,
testosterone.
maybe.
Like if you
Or in
were
the
a
mouth.
man and you and like wanted to be a woman, you have to get rid of testosterone because it makes like our facial hair. It makes
Oh yeah, okay.
all those
Yeah.
things happen. And
Right.
so if you're going to transition from, I think what do we say? Like this is a female who was a male but
Yeah.
transitioned into a female.
Yeah.
So we have testosterone. We naturally have that stuff. Puberty, our nuts drop, and then our voice gets
Yeah.
deeper, and then we start growing hair, and all this other stuff. And so they have to get rid of that because that's what produces.
Well,
you
do they take medicine in order to start to slow that down?
I suppress it. I'm not sure because I'm not like a medical
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
but it would make sense, if that's what was going on.
Because if that's the case, then it's like even harder, because then it's like, well, technically they already have been.
That's what they're
suppressing
That's what
it.
they're saying. I think their argument is like I didn't just wake up one day and was like I want to go play with them, or I didn't wake up one day and decided I wanted to be a different sex than what I was
Right.
at birth. But it becomes this tricky thing of, are they stronger? So because technically, naturally, men are stronger than females. Like scientifically, like
Right.
I don't even know. I don't know if I should say scientifically, but,
Medically or
like,
something like that, or just
look, they're built bigger.
Yeah.
Providers. Like ever
Yeah.
since women have children, which that's probably harder than anything. Pushing this big ass head came out, like that's crazy. So, but if you start doing that, then it's just like, why we do different things for like the Special Olympics. Those are kids who have disabilities. They don't go play with the regular Olympics. They have a Special Olympics for them. I'm not comparing them to that or anything like that, but can they go play in a league of their own? And that may sound ignorant coming across, like but I don't know, like
But it is something to say, because it's like you said, it's for if they were to play in a men's league, they may not have the testosterone to.
they would get dominated.
So what does testosterone, like, as far as sports wise and athletics, what would that take from you?
If you didn't have any testosterone,
Yeah, I'm really just ignorant to that.
I think we all kind of are but I mean, women play sports all the time.
yeah.
They have levels, like women have levels of testosterone as well. That not high like for men, stuff like that. I don't know what it would take away. It's a different. Some women, I shouldn't say some women, but women are dedicated to sports just as well as men are too.
My thing is, like, even with like working out and stuff like that, if guy and a girl do the same exercise all day, the guy is going to get bigger. You know what I mean? Like because he can doesn't like you could lift more, you could build more, so they're going to get bigger. So it's like for them to be in a woman's sport where y'all all working, I feel like you said, I think he's going to dominate. I think she's going to dominate.
I think that's what the fear is. But then do we need to pass a law about it? Does Florida need to pass a law on the books to say that they can't be in these sports? And what is the law behind? Like, is it more of like a thing to get people?
It's just they came around and was like, "Oh, we don't want like these. We don't want transgender women playing in a women's sport." Or was it something supporting the facts to show like, okay, like how the Olympics were trying to say,
Yeah,
like, you need to suppress your testosterone because if not, you will have an advantage over the other female runners.
that would be good to know. But lately, what has been happening around the country with these laws and transgender laws and bathroom assignments, I remember a year ago, it was like we can't. Our kids, we see boys' bathroom, girls' bathrooms, and then it's whatever you want bathroom, and they were all afraid it was going to be in the schools. Like, we can't have transgenders going into the bathrooms where our kids go to the bathrooms. That it's more of a bigger picture of like I've been saying for weeks now, it's a changing of America, and they're scared of the changing of America.
Yeah.
And
we just have to adjust to what the world is now.
Yeah, but that's hard for some people to do.
And I think that's what it is, because at the end of the day, the law, I think we all kind of agree that it's touchy, and it's we see the side of it that says that it's not fair for a transgender woman to play in a women's sport. We all see that side of it. But at the same time, it's just shitty, because it's like we got more important shit to be putting in office, like to be worried about in office. Like, why? Like, this is just kind of like a slap in the face, because it's one of those things to where, like, per se, you're not wrong, but why are we talking about that right now? Like, why is that the discussion? Why is that what's going? Why is that what y'all trying to pass right now?
Oh, like down in Florida,
or whatever
states,
state, because this is not the only state that's happening.
Right.
Whatever state, like,
Because it pushes their agenda. It gets people scared.
Yeah,
and it gets
100%.
them scared, and they're like, well, you see, they're taking our country over. They're changing everything we know dear to us and have, open to, like, to our hearts, and so they're scared shitless. So what is the first thing they do when they're scared? They start making bills and passing laws. They did it to black people. I mean, they still do it to black people. So, like, you know what I mean? So that's where I think that comes from. But you would, if somebody, like, I mean, Corey, you play sports. If a transgender woman decided she wants to be on the soccer team,
it all comes down to just
does it come down to ability?
The ability part. Like if it's just like any sport. I mean, you play. The best people should play. Sometimes it doesn't happen like that because of other reasons. But if you can hold your own, or if you're the best person on the team, then that person should play on the field. You know what I mean?
So
that's what I think it should come down to.
But would that work? Like, when you were playing on a team, and say, like, one of the first whatever decided they wanted to integrate your team, right? Would everybody on that team accept that? And what if she was better than some of the guys that were on the team?
Then that would come down to the personal, to that person personally, because like, if that affects you because this person is better than you, then you got either two options: get better, or just support your teammate, basically. Okay. Where I went to, they didn't mix the sport until after I left, and then after that they ended up creating a male team and a women's team. But one year they did have co-ed team for the school, and it seemed I wasn't there, but it seemed to work out pretty fine. But I would have to see how exactly that went, I guess, within the locker room and stuff like that. But to answer your question, no, I don't think it wouldn't have bothered me. I want to win at the end of the day. So if you if you help us win and you're good, then go ahead, like, play. But if we're talking about like competitive, or like we're getting paid to do this, then you still have to be one of the better performers in order to play. Like, I'm not just gonna play you just because you're a trailblazer and you're the first person to do it.
You gotta be good.
You gotta be good.
Corey wants to win. Corey said, "Fuck all that shit.
I want to win. That's what it comes down to."
I got you. But no,
Air Bud in this bitch.
Speaking of winning though, like, how dope would it be if I'll say a former man would want to play in the WNBA? How dope would he be? Just he'll fuck it up or she will fuck it up in the WNBA.
Oh,
like, if a former man was hooping in the WNBA right now.
I thought you were saying if
like
I was
transgendered into a woman and got
they're
into
in the WNBA.
In WNBA,
I would watch.
I would. Yeah, but what if they weren't that good? And what if all these other women were better than them?
It's a storyline. It's interesting. You going to see, can they hoop? And are they like who are they? You know what I mean?
I don't.
You wouldn't watch it? I would want to see.
I would watch it.
I would watch it.
I would watch it just to see how it. Just like what we talking about the movie.
Joanna
Man.
If it was a Joanna man on every every WNBA team,
listen, that
the WNBA would be hard.
that's
bro.
a movie. No,
But
stop
Joanna
it.
Man was
Stop
a
it
movie.
right now.
Joanna Man
because
was a movie.
this is-
Joanna Man was a movie.
It was a movie, but you can't put see why can't the WNBA be just as hard without any of that stuff?
That's a fair question.
That's a fair question.
It is hard by itself. I just
Is
again,
it?
like I was telling y'all before.
Okay, listen. Let's be 1,000% real.
Yeah.
I don't watch the WNBA,
Neither do I.
but I'm not opposed to it. I want to see their support. They just haven't intrigued me yet. I'm just being 100% honest. Nothing has intrigued me enough yet. I could tell you that RIP, if Gigi would have got to the league, Kobe's daughter would have got to the league, I would have watched it.
Because she would have brought people into it.
If she would have brought people.
Yeah.
When it becomes a person that I'm physically invested in, that I want to. That's how it was with NBA. I didn't start watching the NBA until LeBron got to the league. So then, I didn't start watching until LeBron. I was 7 years old when he came to the league. So I didn't start watching until then. So if somebody brings me to that league,
Well, it's
if
just
somebody
like-
is coming in, dunking on motherfuckers, and just balling out.
But there's
like
somebody in the WNBA who can dunk though.
Yeah.
yeah, but
He's saying like
Yeah.
different,
no, like
in a different manner.
But they will never be in the same manner in which we talk about the NBA.
no. My thing is, if a girl came into the league, crossing niggas up
What you?
and dunking
Breaking
on niggas,
ankles.
and breaking ankles, I will watch. I will 100%. And that's not to say that I'm not saying that they don't deserve support until
Correct.
that happens. I'm just being 1,000% honest because I only watch. I'm a players person, so I'm a players fan. So I need to be interested by a
So
specific
like,
person.
you're saying the same way when Serena started dominating tennis.
I love Serena. I love watching Serena play.
Exactly, but you never watched it before.
No, hell no.
Exactly.
I didn't watch golf until Tiger. I didn't watch
Golf is boring as fuck, but yeah.
Yeah, but I would watch Tiger. I would literally sit down and watch Tiger play. Naomi Osaka. I would watch a whole Naomi Osaka match. Like I would watch the women's national team, soccer team. So it's like I like it if you intrigue me enough. Any sport, it doesn't have to be man or woman or whatever. Like
I'm with you.
baseball is boring, and that's
Baseball is
you know what I
boring
mean.
as
So
hell.
it's
I
like
don't
it's
like
not
baseball.
about man or woman for me. It's just about like can you?
I think it's more of like, do we need laws on the books to say this transgender male to female should not be allowed to play with all females? Do we need laws on the books to say the vice versa? That if you are transgendering, or if you're a female transitioning into a male, you can't play on an all team with all guys. Do we need laws to define that?
What if we made it up to them? What if we made it their choice?
Like a vote or something.
If they not their vote. Like, do you want to go play in the NBA? Do you want to go play in the WNBA? Like,
That would be ideal, but that we don't live in a world like that. Like we need to have defining things.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be
On printed
check
paper.
a box. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to check this box. And if you don't check this box, you fall outside of the box. We don't know what that is, so we tend to disregard it or make
But,
up
I mean-
stories about it because we don't even know.
We've spoken on that before about how America being America and it being what it is. But for that to change, it takes one thing. Like,
That's
You know
then
what I
how
mean?
about this? It maybe the Players Association of each league should come to something like that. Like okay,
some type of agreement.
yeah, like if somebody ever comes, wanting to be a part of our league, they should be allowed to get the tryout or et cetera, or whatever. And if again, like I said, if they prove themselves to be good enough to play on the team, then they get the spot. Like simple as that. Will it ever get to that point? I don't know, but I think that's like what you like. That's how I think it could go.
Because if all honestly, like let's think about basketball. That's honestly what all I'm thinking about right now. Is like if a transgender woman, if you made it up to their choice, and they want to get paid, they're going to try to go to the NBA. Because you're going to make 10 times more money in the NBA.
NBA makes more money.
So you're going to go try. And then if you don't make it,
The WNBA is there.
yeah, you know what I mean? So I feel like by making a choice, you still going to get more people trying to go to the NBA first.
And it'll still bring attention on the
Because the NBA
matter
is
too.
the
gold
bigger,
standard.
you know what I mean?
Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's like the catalyst of like
Yeah.
the holy mecca.
And then, like you said, honestly, if the WNBA was smart, they would be against this law. Because you know how much attention that will bring to their sport and the money that will bring to their sport. If that started, if transgenders started
could
coming
be.
into the league,
I think they have a team down there, don't they? Florida, the WNBA.
probably. I don't know.
I feel like they do, but
But it just the law in their sport. Like if they start welcoming
right.
transgenders into their sport, it will only help the WNBA. I think.
Correct. I would just to while you guys are talking, I was trying to look up any like scientific facts.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you will really have to dive into this. But anyway, it's Scientific American did like a 4 myths and a truth type of deal when that band came out about the Olympic runner. Mm-hmm. And it says that the myth is suppressing an athlete's T, which I'm pretty sure stands for testosterone. Suppressing an athlete's T reduces the performance. So different testosterone levels between athletes must similarly affect performances. And they said that it shows that women athletes' performance suffers abruptly and dramatically when they get their testosterone level suppressed. And because of that, while it may be true, it doesn't justify that, you know, the Olympics or other people should conclude like, okay, if we don't repress this, that means that this individual has an advantage over women.
Okay.
Just because of a male, if a male were to play in a women's sport, he'll have that superiority because he obviously naturally has more testosterone. But just because she naturally has more testosterone doesn't mean that
it would give her an advantage.
It's
over
gonna give
anything
her
like
a
that.
crazy
So this is a myth
advantage.
that people think in their heads, like,
Yep.
oh, okay.
Exactly. So that's just like
Well, then let them in. Shit.
exactly. So then, like, if that's the case, then and they said like there's other things that play into the like when they take the supplements to repress their testosterone that affects the athlete, and it could just even be like fatigue, metabolism changes, mental, and physical, things that affect from the medicine, not just from the testosterone level. It's actually from the medicine too, which creates, in a sense, almost a disadvantage for them because maybe it hurts them so much that they can't even compete against the female,
Gotcha.
athletes. There's way more stuff in this, but that one was, a quick one that I thought was pretty important to mention because, like I said, if that is the case, then maybe that law shouldn't really. Well, what they're trying to pass.
Well, they're trying to pass.
Shouldn't be passed.
But we all know Florida is like the swampland of America.
Florida's off the wall.
Yeah.
In a good way and bad way.
I was about to
But
say,
they're
shout out Miami.
They're off the wall.
Chicas.
So as we spoke on this conversation, it seems like all of our opinions kind of like, I don't know, like what is y'all final takes on
Mine's just
this?
like a tumbleweed now because it's just like there's so much information that you need to find out about. So just like that one point, but
so let me do this. I'm gonna just ask the question one more time.
Okay.
With the facts that we have after the conversation we've had, do you think trans women should be allowed to play in women's sports?
I'm gonna say 50% yes.
50%.
I was say I'm
yes.
really indifferent. Like I don't like I want like I
And 50% no. So I guess that is indifferent, but it has to be case by case. So are we afraid it's gonna wash out?
And that's the thing. And I was thinking too, like, should it be case by case? But at the same time, then that breeds this is not fair for this person.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say yes, but then like I was saying like maybe it should just be on the players, like they all vote like in that league or whatever, and just say, how would you guys feel if such and such plays in our league?
Like the players' union, like you said.
Like a players' union.
I
or
don't
players'
hate
association.
to like keep bringing this up, but this is the same thing happened when they were integrating sports. So like when Hank Aaron was the first black player to play baseball, they didn't want him there.
Yeah.
Because it was going to mess up. Only white people are superior, things like that. And he had to go through a lot, And now look at sports. Well, some sports.
So then, but okay, so Hank Aaron, he got in because of what they agreed to let him play, or
I think maybe one of the owners or something knew that it would be good for the country, and it was like, we have to do this to integrate baseball. But I don't really like baseball, so I don't know too much about it. But
right.
he
got in.
He got in, and it was rough.
Yes, if the players say it's fine, then
Would you still watch?
So be it.
Will we still? Well, Khalil, do you think that they should or shouldn't, or?
I'm at the point now, bro, that let them do whatever they want, man. At the beginning, I was where I think we all were was like, it's not fair. Like, at the end of the day, it's not fair for a former man to play with women. But now it's like I don't know, man. I don't. It's a weird world we live in, bro. So it's like, but it doesn't affect me. That's my thing.
Yeah,
it doesn't affect me.
If you were the person on the team and all of a sudden somebody came in.
Yeah, it does. My thing is, it doesn't affect me personally. So that's what I'm saying. I just don't care. Like, I just don't let them do whatever the fuck they want. If I'm a woman on that team, like you said, the players union, I don't know if the women's players union would allow that.
Would allow that, and that's fine. They're in that league. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
because that is taking away jobs from them.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know.
But
it's
then vice versa. Like I said, vice versa. If they try to get in the women's league, they vote. If they want to go in the men's league, they vote. And let them decide, Because if you leave it up to the owners, they're probably not even going to deal with it.
If you left anything up to the owners, it won't, they're going to, bottom line is how much money they're getting paid.
Yeah, that's true.
And what the team is making for them. They're not trying to be trailblazers and set new rules and stuff like that.
Like you said, unless if they look, like if the WNBA were to look at this and be like, oh, it could help us create some buzz or blah, 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 then maybe if the owners were to vote on it, then they'll say like, oh, yeah, we do, want this player to try and come and play and because then it'll bring more buzz to us, which is wrong. But
sometimes people think any buzz is worth having. So like it could be negative effect too, and because everybody's talking, and you get things going. Maybe they're not even in it for the right reasons to like really like make a stand and just like, well, I'm getting buzz and people are paying attention. Click, 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 like, and they popular for like the next month or so.
No, I mean no. If you were a transgender woman hooping in the WNBA and you get buzz, is that what you're saying?
No, like the owners, being like a trailblazer, like I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna bring one in to the league, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna make sure.
I think you're good for the next 5-6 years if you do that, because if they're good, they
gotta be good.
They gotta be good. That's one thing. That's one thing. They
gotta
have
be
to
better
be
than the most if they're gonna be the first.
Yeah, they have to be Jackie
anything.
Robinson.
Yeah.
They have to be. They have to be a trailblazer.
Yeah.
They have to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I think they will be, and there will be like, what if Austin Rivers?
Wait, what?
What?
No, please, you gotta finish it now. What?
What if a player in the NBA got decided they wanted to change?
Oh, you saying they stayed in the league?
Austin Rivers was just the first name that popped in my head. Like, if Austin Rivers decided to change his situation up and go to the
decided
WNBA,
to transition.
Yeah, decided to transition and go to the WNBA, I will watch. So, and that's the case. Like, can it be a nigga in the league that decides,
or transition and stays in the league?
Or transition and stays in the league. That's one thing, but that's not really a thing, because it's like, well, it's a thing. It'll 100% be a thing. But I'm speaking specifically of like, you already were in the league. You decided to join the league. What if it would be different if he transitioned and now he wants to go play in the women's league?
Right.
Can they come up from high school as a man? Can they come up go through college as a man?
Like when is the point?
Like, when does the transition happen? Like, what if they already were like here hooping, about to be D1 athlete, and then transitions and then goes over?
I get what you're saying.
I think things like that happen. I mean, we don't hear about it as much, and probably to do with sports. But I know one that pops into my head is during the Rodney King beating, the guy who was the reporter that was in the helicopter who watched the guy get beat. I can't think of the white. They pulled him out of the truck and he was beaten. He was reporting on it. Mm-hmm. Well, they visited that shit like 20 years later. he is now a full woman. He transitioned into a woman. He was a man. He transitioned into a woman. Still was a reporter and all that stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that's different. That's not the same because it's not a field where testosterone is needed, or athletics is needed, or it's like a physical. Sport.
Well, we just found out that it was a myth that testosterone is needed to like,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. 100%.
do anything like that.
But I was speaking
that's crazy because I don't think
like,
that would. I don't think that would happen.
I'm literally the reason I said Austin Rivers was because I wanted somebody. I apologize to Austin Rivers. I didn't want to put this on him if he's even watching. He's not watching this shit. I'm joking, but no, I'm speaking specifically like a man that is in the league that decides to change and go hoop in the women's league. Like he's already clearly one of the 400 best basketball players for men in the world. And
did you say 400 best?
It's 450 players in the league in the NBA.
Yeah.
So.
No, I don't know how that would work.
God.
I don't think it would actually.
Yeah.
I don't think it would. But
I don't think it would work either.
Yeah. It would still be crazy. That's a crazy hypothetical. Or event.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a touchy subject. I guess we'll just have to
wait and see. I guess
see what happens with this law passing.
If it passed or if it doesn't pass,
to be continued. I guess.
Let me end it by again saying that we support anybody here. I can say I speak for all of us when I say we support anybody being whoever they want to be, and living their true selves. And I hope y'all figure that out for yourselves. I hope.
And this conversation sheds a light on on more conversations.
Yeah, I hope y'all figure. I really hope y'all find peace in whatever the final stance is, the final outcome is. I hope y'all find peace in it.
I'll just say this to end this part of it. It's crazy to me because I'm pretty sure Republicans came up with this law down in Florida, how they always want government out of their lives, but they're trying to control everybody else's life.
Oh, yeah.
Pin drop.
I want to end this show by saying we here at Possibly Impaired are no experts in anything. We're just speaking our minds, speaking from the heart, and hoping someone can relate, hoping it sparks a conversation within your own friend groups, and betters your mental, betters your psyche, and pushes our people forward.
Yep.
Corey, Vale, my name's Khalil. We out. What's on with y'all?
Next week.